All right, you're ready. My name's John McCarthy. I'll be your MC for the morning portion of the workshop. I'm the executive director of Gulf Coast Heritage Association, which is the nonprofit that runs Historic Spanish Point in Osprey. I spent the first 7 years of my life on Fort Myers Beach, Florida. Spent the last 50 years, as of yesterday, living here in Sarasota. All right. It's my job this morning to introduce our very special speakers, facilitate some fun smartphone interaction that we're going to get into in just another minute, and also to help keep speakers on time. So, speakers, if you hear the bell, it is time to move on. So that's my job today. I think the reason why I'm here is because I have a core belief that respect for nature and our collective community heritage informs the vitality of our communities as we move into the future. And so that's why this work is so important. And so with that, I'd like to welcome you to the 13th Annual Sustainability Communities Workshop. Is that cool or what? 13 years of communities coming together to discuss the latest in local and national best practices on sustainability. And I've enjoyed attending a lot of these sessions, and I'm just very pleased to be here today and to help out with the MC. This morning's agenda includes discussions on a number of topics that I know you'll find interesting and useful to our community. With the theme Unique Perspectives for Community Solutions, all of our speakers today are focused on solutions. They're focused on solutions. This workshop could not happen without the generous support of our sponsors and organizing partners. Thank you to our sponsors on this year. Platinum level sponsor, top of the whole pyramid there, Gulf Coast Community Foundation. Let's hear it for Gulf Coast. Gold level sponsors, Transition Sarasota and Manatee County Government. Let's hear it for them. Marie Selby Botanical Gardens, Sarasota Bay Estuary Program, and Willis Smith Construction. Everybody knows Sarasota Bay and Marie Selby, but if you don't know Willis Smith, they got the leadiest of lead buildings I've ever been in, I think. And then our bronze level sponsors, Brilliant Harvest and Solar Advantage. Let's hear it for those guys helping to cool our houses with the warmth of the sun. And then our media sponsors, which have been awesome in helping to promote the event and fill the room, Herald Tribune, ABC7, and SNN News. So let's just give a big old thank you to all those great sponsors. So we're going to do some cool stuff today, folks. To further engage you in this workshop, this year we're going to do Mentimeter questions and answers. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Mentimeter is just a live polling tool that we use with our smartphone that gives us feedback in real time. To use this tool, you need to get out your smartphones now. And remember to silence the cell phone part of it. Oh, I probably ought to do that too. Silence that cell phone part of it before you do this. And if you've not already logged in, who's already logged into this Mentimeter? All right. Does anybody want to use it and not logged in? The Wi-Fi login is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi what? GS Guest. There you go for Girl Scouts Guest. And then the password is welcome1! And it's all over the room, and I guess it's on the screen. So what you do, use your web browser, type in menti.com, MENTI, as shown on the screen. And for our first series of questions, please enter the code 638882, also shown on the screen. So here's the question. What job sector do you work in? Look, you're already doing it. I don't have to even be here. This is awesome. All right, so we're looking pretty heavy on the government and the policy section. That's pretty good. We're looking really high over here on the engaged citizen. Is this a cool little tool or what? Kind of lets us know who's here and what we're doing. And but we've got some students here, we've got educators here, we got nonprofits represented, research scientists represented, private sector businesses. Isn't this great where we have a community where the private sector realizes the power of sustainability in our local economy, so much so that we got 10 different people that have done this that are representing the private sector in the business world. So that's pretty darn cool. So are we ready to move on to our next question? All right, so next question is, what is your top sustainability priority? Click, 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 click. All right, we're starting to populate, folks. We're starting to populate. It's creating a little word all here for us. Looks like energy's a big issue. Looks like carbon reduction's a big issue. Looks like water's a huge issue. All right, look at that. Look at how they all change. Don't you love the colors? All right, water and energy, folks. Climate change, habitat preservation, water conservation, solar power, housing, clean air. Long-range planning, green businesses, waste reduction. Climate change is emerging as the big one there. Energy and climate change. Yeah. Why are we not surprised by this? Water and energy, climate change. Why are we not surprised by what we're seeing here on this? That is pretty cool stuff. All right, so we ready to move on to the third question? All right. Which session of today's workshop are you most excited about? Maybe it's because your best friend's presenting. Maybe it's because it's a topic that you're really interested in. Maybe it's a topic that you don't know much about, but you're really interested in and curious about. All right, let's see what's going on there. We got keynote talks. There was a big one there. Sustainable building is huge. Social equity's rising up there. Climate change and renewable energies going on up there. Look at that. Transportation's on the list. Food shortages and solutions. Green business, social equity, habitat restoration, keynote talks. Looks like climate change and renewable energy is the leader of this one right here. All right, so those of you speakers, you kind of take a look at this. You see that folks are interested in all these topics, but they're super interested in all the things related to climate change. All right. So now let's get started with the day's great speakers. And to kick us all off, it's my pleasure to introduce Sarasota County Commissioner Alan Mayo, who will provide opening remarks. Commissioner Mayo was elected to the Sarasota County Commission in 2014, was appointed vice chair in 2015, and named chairman in 2016. He and his wife Nancy moved to Sarasota County 33 years ago, and they now reside in Nokomis. Commissioner Mayo serves as chair of the Florida Association of Counties Enterprise Committee, is a board member of Sarasota Habitat for Humanity and Goodwill Minnesota, and has a wealth of experience in community service positions in a variety of boards. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Alan Mayo.
Well, good morning, everyone. They told me that I'd be doing brief opening remarks, and they've given me a time limit of 10 minutes to a small group of people. So people's adjectives just don't fit with my mind. This is not a small group, and that's great. I want to just go over a few things and bring into everyone's life, of course my life. This morning I've had people ask for things from me that I didn't realize. So to start with, you have a county commission that's easily accessible, either by email or by phone. You need to email all your commissioners with any of the thoughts that you're having. To start with, I was asked this morning, what do I do with my old campaign signs, all 110 of them? I said, well, I didn't know where this was going, obviously, and I didn't know if this person was a supporter or not. And I said, well, why? He said, well, they have great insulating capacity. I said, well, I didn't realize that. I'm always trying to look smart in front of people. I said, well, I didn't know that. And they make a great liner for chicken coops. I said, Kathy, I'll give you some for insulating, but I'm not going to have my beautiful name on the floor of a chicken coop. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. But again, I have a wife who has told me I could use the exercise, and I need to start. This was many, many, many months ago. We have a gravel driveway, a shell driveway. She says, you need to start bending over and pulling the weeds and not spraying them. So these are the type of things where what you all think and do get inside all of our lives, as they should. Well, good morning, and it's a pleasure. I'm here as a representative of the entire commission to welcome you to the 13th Annual Sustainable Communities Workshop. It's organized and presented by Sarasota County's University of Florida IFAS Extension and Sustainability Department. Sarasota County Extension translates research into community initiatives, classes, and volunteer opportunities related to 6 core areas: 4-H youth development, agriculture, gardening and landscape, natural resources, nutrition and healthy living, and sustainability. This provides practical education to build a better future. As in the past years, the event is a partnership between Sarasota County and our valued local organizing committee members. Your attendance today is a testament to that interest and leadership. In truth, I made a joke at the beginning, but if they held this event today and couldn't get sponsors and had only 10 people, we would surely be in trouble. So your active participation is a very, very big and welcome sign. Our morning keynote will give us a unique orbital perspective from a retired NASA astronaut, and all speakers today will focus on solutions. I think I could talk to this NASA astronaut privately and tell him that I've been in space many times over the last year running for re-election. It's a very, very similar deal. What can we do as individuals and organizations to make our community a better place to live and work in? And our speakers will share examples and best practices of projects they've worked on that can help you. We hope you learn something you can do to help our community, to make it more economically, environmentally, and socially healthy and resilient, and that you'll leave today with a positive feeling. Sarasota County government has seen the value of implementing these sustainable practices for many years. In 2002, the county formalized its commitment. I was not on the board at that time, but somebody sitting in this room, former Commissioner John Thaxton, was. I bet he had a hand in this. The county formalized its commitment by establishing the Office of Sustainability. Since then, resource conservation programs and sustainable policies have raised awareness and led to concrete actions. I was just told by Mr. Sherrick as I walked in and gossiped with him that he just heard the county bought 6 electric vehicles. So it's a progressive thing, and the county will get more and more involved. But some of the things we've already done: installing solar panels on the County Operations Center and Extension Green Building, and adding solar water heaters at our fire stations to cut down on energy use and save taxpayer dollars. Investing in fuel-saving technologies in our county vehicle fleet, including plug-in electric passenger cars. And I'm going to bet that you'll see more plug-in stations and more electric cars in our fleet. Making energy efficiency and green building technology a part of our standard design criteria for new county facilities, such as our LEED certified fire stations and the new Gulfgate Library, and I believe also the new Venice Library. Managing more than $4 million in grant funding, primarily focused on energy efficiency and sustainable economic development, and distributing $1.5 million in Florida incentives through the Sustainable Energy Economic District SEED investment program. Reaching nearly 1,700 households through our energy upgrade program. As we work together to reach a more sustainable community, workshops like this are important forums to meet and share information, discuss opportunities, and move forward together. Again, I would encourage you, with any of your thoughts, to reach out to the County Commission. I read every one of my emails, on average 100 a day. I don't respond to everyone, but ones that are requesting help in a particular area or who to talk to always get a response. Lastly, the site you're on, I was involved on the very periphery. I was principal owner of the largest engineering and planning firm before I retired. And this site is an example of what you can do without destroying everything that's here. You can see the way the driveways circumnavigate different parts of the property, whether it's the wetlands, whether it's trees that needed to be preserved. And again, in my one-on-one conversations, many of you told me about the wildlife that you saw just driving in and walking here this morning. So thank you for being here. I promised short and sweet. I didn't think the bell did not ring. Heaven forbid. He's itching to do that. He's an old buddy of mine. So thank you again for being here.